Hello everyone, welcome to my first playthrough in a very long time. I've been pretty inactive on YouTube recently, but this is my playthrough, a playthrough of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. So, a few disclaimers here. I want to, before we actually get started here. So, as you might know, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance is the first game that Intelligent Systems made of Fire Emblem with Ike in it. Now, the Ike that's in this Fire Emblem is the one that's in Brawl. So it's the one with the, of course, higher voice. The Ike in this game is roughly around, give or take, 14, 15 years old. He's just kind of tell at the beginning that he's kind of just going through puberty because he doesn't really have the entire deep voice yet. And the Ike in the new Smash Bros. Smash 4 is around 18, and that's the Ike from Radiant Dawn, which is the sequel to this game, which I am probably doing a playthrough as well. So just some disclaimers there with that. I haven't played this game in a very, very long time. Man, it's been years. I haven't played this game since about freshman or sophomore year of high school. So, however, I have played other Fire Emblem games, so I'm not as rusty. But yeah, so anyways, guys, if you do like playthroughs like this, go ahead and give that video a like. Every support definitely helps on that, and I will definitely appreciate it as well. I am planning on actually finishing this playthrough for once. I know, miracle, right? Yeah, I am actually planning on finishing this. So definitely, if you do like stuff like this, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and I will definitely appreciate that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, now I am a decent Fire Emblem player at best. At best, decent. Very loosely, I use that term decent. So I'm not going to go easy because it is pretty easy and difficult to avoid, too hard for me. So normal, we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, I'm not going to do any resets in here, so all of my choices or all of my moves will count. Every move that you make in Fire Emblem counts, with the exception of in Awakening, where you can put it on casual mode. But on classic, regular Fire Emblem mode, every move that you make counts. And if you happen to lose a character, then that character is no longer relevant to the story, as long as it's not a main character, and you cannot use that character in battle, even if that character is main character in the story. Now, if Ike dies, of course, it's game over. But any other character that dies will be gone forever. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. And we are going to go ahead and do... Forgot to ask you this. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do fix because it's based around the unit strengths. Then, if you want, your characters to get maxed out in a certain stat that's beneficial to them, such as like with strength, then you want fixed. Prologue: Mercenaries.
Well, Ike, you had enough?
All right, so in that scene we have obviously Ike practicing with his father, also known as Grail, and Miss comes in, and then Ike just gets wiped out by his dad because he's not really paying attention, and he's trying to get a fast one on his dad. Um, and the woman who's pictured in him was, of course, his mom. And I'm thinking that's more or less either her while she's pregnant or Ike's laying in the bed because there's like a sheet or something over him. So, of course, this is definitely from humble beginnings because Ike is pretty much at this point in time a no one. No one knows him. He's just a lowly. Well, at this point in time, he's not even a mercenary. He's just a lowly kid of a mercenary owner. So that's and Grill's the one who owns the mercenary. So, so yeah, basically here we go. Yeah, he'll be fine, all right. So there's Grail's dad comes running in. So the sleeping prince awakens. They're practice swords, but they're still heavy. You have no right to be so rough on Ike. Well, if he wants to get anywhere, then you can be rough on him. Exactly, and Grill takes my point. If it's too much for him, you'll never make it as a mercenary. And here's one of Ike's random inspirational quotes, I suppose. He has inspirational music that comes up when he's telling everyone to not worry about him. So he's saying, "Not to worry, I told you I'm fine." And looks like we're gonna go back at it again. And we have Boyd who runs in, who is one of Ike's more or less companions in this game. Ike's rival actually is Boyd. And Boyd likes to make fun of Ike a lot, so he's kind of disappointed that Ike looks fine. In fact, I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. Oh yes, another disclaimer here. I am using rather old recording equipment, so if you do hear just random noises on it, just pay it no mind. I am trying to get a capture card, and hopefully I can get it before I finish this playthrough. But we will definitely see. Like I said, he started at this point, Boyd, that he's not hurt. So we actually have to spar up against Boyd here first, which you'll see in a minute is actually Ike's favor to go against Boyd. Boyd thinks he's a professional, so he's like, "I'm not sure about this whole closer to his skill business, but I'm ready." Okay, so this is more or less just the guide that will tell you how to play the game if you're not sure how to play it. But I'm pretty used to Fire Emblem at this point in time. So here we have Boyd. He is a fighter class, meaning he uses axes. Now, just some information here. I'm not going to cover all this right now, but just some general information. So we have Boyd. This is movement range, which is how many spaces they can move. He can move 6 in this case. This is how much he weighs. It mainly affects your ability to shove, as the guide there says. If your units, I believe his unit is over like 2 or 3, you can't really shove them because they have to be bigger than that, or small. Yeah, bigger than them. So here we have just different stats. This, of course, is strength, which is physical strength. Magic power, which would only really be for mages for the most part. Skill, which impacts things such as percentage of hitting the enemy. Speed, which impacts things such as multiple hits. Luck, which impacts criticals, mainly. Defense, of course, and resistance for magic. This is he's using a practice axe. Yielding a practice axe has a might, or in this case a power of 8, head of 150 because it's a course, is a practice axe, so you're not really going to mess with that. It doesn't really do any real damage, and it doesn't wear down with use either. And this stuff we'll go over later. More or less, this is class. This is important right now. Biorhythm just kind of affects the unit's performance for the most part. If it's high, then they perform better, and if it's low, then they perform worse. And this is support bonuses, which we'll go over later. Alright, so of course, you press A, this is his movement range, so you can see how far he can move. The yellow spaces are his attack spaces, so he can move as far as here, when he can attack here. So if I'm sitting right here, he'll be able to attack. So there's information on that. And so, of course, we have Ike here. Of course, who has his stats as well. He's yielding a training sword. So, preferably, we don't want to get too close to Boyd, because we want him to kind of come at us, but not attack us. Of course, in the training, it doesn't really matter, but that's what we would preferably want to do. And of course, you're in phases here, so you attack. First you go first, and then the enemy goes. So this screen, of course, you see that it could do a damage of 9, while Boyd would do a damage of 8. They both have a hit range of 100, of course, because they're using practice weapons. And the arrow up means that Ike has the advantage over Boyd's practice axe, because swords are better than axes in this case, which I will review that later as well. Boyd's nothing, take him out. Nothing. I don't have nothing, oh, Boyd's just mainly there for humor. And of course, this battle is very straightforward for the most part. You just have to attack Boyd one more time, and he's pretty much done at that point. And you can't control the attacking in this game. It's pretty much all up to luck, which is why you have a hit percentage. So if the hit's lower, then you have more of a chance of missing. You can't control it whatsoever. It's all automatic. So Boyd said, that wasn't too bad. You're such a loser. So here comes Grill, who is Ike's father. This won't always be this easy. And Mist's going to come out and give you what's called a vulnerary, which in this game actually heals you 10 HP. And you do have limited uses on that, so I usually don't recommend using that a lot unless you really need to. This is one of the quotes that's really famous in this game. Always take time to heal your runes in a battle, even small ones. By the time you think you're in trouble, it's probably too late. Don't get into that situation. That quote comes up a lot in this game, at least when I was playing it the first time. It's like I'm in the situations where I really needed help, and if it wasn't for a vulnerary, then I would be pretty much dead. So we're going to go over here, outside of his movement range. Going to use the vulnerary, and heal up. Now, Grill, of course, does move. But, of course, since we move out of the way, he's not going to directly come out of us. This is actually the only time you see, another hint here, this is the only time you see Grill in the game for the most part. So, of course, he's in the hero class, which is a professional soldier or unsuppressed skill, and he wields both axes and swords. So there's Grill. And we're going to attack him. Now he's going to attack us. and we'll finish him up. And he makes kind of a faint grunting noise there. And X can enough experience to level up. And of course, when a unit levels up in this game, he does get a bit stronger. So I gained quite a bit of stats there, which is great. And of course, I could tell that he was holding back. I said he wasn't giving it all. His all. So Ike, of course, is wanting to join the company now. Because he doesn't want to be a trainee forever. Can't really blame him there. The difference between you and me is that I'm a professional. Professional who just got beat. And it's one of my favorite lines in the game, because it's totally unexpected, and Miss just comes out of nowhere with this. So, random chance, he says. So Ike's going to officially begin mercenary work tomorrow, which in this case will be possibly the next part of this playthrough. Yeah, it's going to be the next part of the playthrough, I think. Alright, well, that does cover the first part of the playthrough here. Again, guys, if you do like this sort of thing, make sure you do give a like. Everything certainly helps, and we'll go into Chapter 1 then next time. So, see y'all next time.